If you're a lineman in charge of keeping the lights on, Grainger understands that you go to great lengths, and sometimes heights, to ensure the power is always flowing. Which is why you can count on Grainger for professional-grade products and next-day delivery, so you have everything you need to get the job done. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
AICNN, where toy news matters.
Welcome to AIC News. Give us a few minutes and we'll give you the goods. Welcome to the special AIC News Brief following 2025 San Diego Comic-Con. Now, hang in there with us. This is going to be a little bit of a long one. We are going to give you some of our favorite and some of the big highlights from this year's San Diego Comic-Con. So first, just a little bit of housekeeping. Of course, our July giveaway still has a few days left as we round out the month. Of course, with our giveaway still being the McFarlane DC Multiverse Platinum Edition False God Superman from the Snyderverse. You can visit us at AIC_podcast, and you can follow the instructions to enter to win one. It is the pinned post. You'll see it right there on the top. Again, that is at AIC_podcast, and you have until the end of the month to do so. And then come August 1st, we'll announce the winner, and we will also announce our next giveaway. Some additional housekeeping just in terms of our schedule here. So our next episode, we will be returning to the movie theater, returning to the cinema to talk about, it's been a busy month for toys and movies. So we'll be talking about Fantastic Four First Steps. So you can catch that next Monday, a week from today. So with that gets the housekeeping out of the way here. And before we hop into the San Diego Comic-Con news, we just want to give a couple of really big shout outs to the boots on the ground, the people who have helped us provide coverage all week. Shouts to folks like Mikey at the Figure Report, of course, Toy Shiz, MCU Collector, Brian, thank you so much for streaming things. We've got Toying Around, Unparalleled Universe, Praeternia, who is collecting photos from people around, Robo. There were a ton of people. I'm sure I'm forgetting some. Yimbo, J-Shot, Machu. There were some really great pictures from the folks out there at San Diego Comic-Con. So again, from the bottom of our FOMO-ridden hearts here in New Jersey, we thank them for helping us provide coverage across social media. So before I hand it over to Dave for some wrestling, I am going to cover off on things that were highlights that were non-wrestling related. So with that, let's start off with our friends at NECA. So one of the big things that we saw at the NECA booth, and shouts to friend of the pod, Blaine, for sharing the picture, but he is not done with Ghostface. In fact, we've got a new Ghostface figure coming, and for the first time, we've got a mask that represents the Ghostface look from the Scary Movie franchise. So we've got the "What's Up" face, which is really cool. It comes with other interchangeable face plates. Again, these represent the costume, not necessarily the films, but because the costume was licensed and they ended up licensing things that appeared in the film, we've got a shimmering blue, a shimmering silver, a shimmering gold, the devil red, the plain, and as I mentioned, the "What's Up" face. It's impossible to say that without doing the voice, so I apologize. NECA also, of course, had new Universal monsters. They had new reveals from Beetlejuice, including Bob and the Sandworm, and namely some big horror reveals. So for the first time, we've got a new look at a Friday the 13th Jason figure. This is from the Friday the 13th game, and it is the Tom Savini designed Jason. So really cool looking Jason. we've got our first look at the box art for both the Terrifier 1 figures, the blood-soaked, and the regular Art the Clown figures, again looking awesome. And to add to the growing collection of Michael Myers that people probably never thought that they would get, we're also getting the Halloween Resurrection Michael Myers. So lots and lots to be excited for from NECA. And then, of course, looks at their upcoming Ninja Turtles. Whole bunch of new entries in both the 2008 animated line, as well as the Archie comics, as well as the movie, as well as the IDW Last Ronin and New Mutation. So lots and lots to look forward to there. From NECA, we head over to our friends at Mondo. And Mondo showed off a bunch in their 1/6 scale, including a new animated Storm. And then during their panel, we saw looks at Superman, Batgirl, Beast, King of the Hill will be joining their squads, along with Rocco's Modern Life, and a first look at the Over the Garden Wall figures, again all on their squads line. That looks incredible. They had an amazing She-Ra with her mount, and then first look at the grayscale model of their 1/6 scale Ninja Turtles. So again, lots of really cool stuff to look forward to from our friends at Mondo. From Mondo, we'll head over real quick to Jada. So Jada has become a fan favorite in terms of their offering in their 1/12 scale. They are continuing their collection of Mega Man and Scooby-Doo figures, as well as they've announced what they're moving into next from Street Fighter 2. So they will be joining Storm Collectibles in the 1/12 scale world of Street Fighter Alpha 3. They showed off Ryu, they showed off Charlie, and they showed off Chun-Li. So those will be your first three coming from Jada there. And then of course the big news with their deal that was announced earlier this year with Skybound Entertainment. We have a look at the first three figures coming from the Amazon animated series Invincible, based on the Robert Kirkman comic. So the first three will be Invincible, Conquest, and Kid Omni-Man. So look for more about all of those releases. No pre-orders or anything for those. So moving on from some of the I don't want to say independent brands, but the slightly smaller companies, let's move into some of the larger ones. So starting off with or I shouldn't say starting off with, let's just move over to Hasbro. What am I saying? So Hasbro, of course, had a ton of presentations as well as a huge booth presence. Let's really quickly cover off on some G.I. Joe, some Marvel Legends, and some Star Wars and some Transformers news. So starting off with G.I. Joe, seeing as how there's nothing available for pre-order yet. Pre-orders will be available, if you are listening to this as it airs for the first time on July 29th, or July 28th, excuse me. Pre-orders will be live for G.I. Joe on tomorrow, on July 29th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. So they revealed quite a bit during their panel. Of course, we had the opportunity to help give the first render reveal of Desert Scorpion. They showed that again, along with Sci-Fi Wetsuit, the Steel Core with Modular Outpost and Mainframe. Those will be your pre-orders on the 29th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. They also showed off Pythona, who will be the fall convention exclusive. And breaking news, Hasbro will be at New York Comic Con. So they did not mention anything about PulseCon, which is something that usually happens in the fall. They did mention that Luca Con, MCM, which is London Comic Con, and New York Comic Con are all kind of right in the same realm in timing wise, in the fall slash early to late fall. So they do have a few exclusives that will be available at those conventions, and one of those will be Pythona, or Pythona. I don't know how you pronounce it. But they also showed off Ghost Viper and Direwolf, which will pair amazingly with your Crystal Ball, and a 2-pack of Steeler and Short Fuse. They also gave some name-only reveals: Lifeline, Night Viper, Hit and Run, Big Lob, super excited for Big Lob, and Iceberg. Moving from G.I. Joe over to Star Wars, the big reveal from Star Wars, of course, being the announcement of the gunship HasLab. So the Gunship HasLab is live now. It will need 8,000 backers in order to fund. With the gunship, you get this is an army building HasLab, by the way. So this gunship is made to be slightly customized. It's got swappable pieces. Comes with 2 clone troopers, and there are 3 Jedi hidden behind unlocks. So unlocks that will add additional figures to your collection. They did also announce that their fall Comic-Con exclusive will be a Mace Windu versus Senator or Emperor Palpatine, Chancellor Palpatine, if you will, 2-pack. So much like the 2-pack that we got at San Diego Comic-Con with Obi-Wan and Anakin, you will have a chance to recreate that iconic moment from Revenge of the Sith. Moving on from Star Wars to Transformers, a absolute megaton of bots. Not enough time here to go through all of them, which, reminder, if you want to see the full coverage, if you're just listening to this and just trying to catch up, great, happy to have you. But if you want the full coverage, go head over to @AIC_podcast on Instagram and scroll through. We did our best to cover all of these panels, again, thanks to those names that I mentioned up top, for providing coverage. And I just thought of 2 other ones, Kyle Peterson and My Damn Toys. Again, thanks to all of these folks for taking images and posting them and being so on top of everything. Yeah, lots and lots to come from Hasbro. They're of course continuing their Age of the Primes and adding some additional primes like Quintus Prime and Amalgamus Prime. Yeah, so much here to look forward to. Everything from 86 and Bayverse to Transformers 1. I am super excited for the they are doing a Titan class of Grimlock from Age of Extinction, and I love the design of him in that. So yeah, lots and lots to look forward to from the Transformers team. Lastly, with Hasbro closing out on Marvel Legends, again, megaton amount of releases and announcements and pre-orders. So the big announcement coming out of the Marvel Legends panel, of course, is Mephisto. Mephisto is a made-to-order item. He will run you $80. He is available for the next 30 days. So this is not a HasLab. This is a made-to-order item. He will not charge until he ships sometime next year, likely looking in July. But he is available now. He stands roughly 8 inches tall. It comes with an amazing throne with an awesome shout-out to Glenn Danzig and Christar, I guess. But they had a bunch of announcements during the panel, including the next wave of X-Men 97 figures, which are up for pre-order now. So those are on Amazon, on Big Bad Toy Store. You've got Morph, Emma Frost, Sunspot. Shouts to friend of the pod, Guy Agostini. You've got Jubilee. You've got Logan in his classic bomber jacket, Cable, and as well as a couple of 2-packs that will be available later on this year of Storm and Wolverine, Basketball, Basketball, Gambit, and Rogue, which is amazing. Looks like they're reusing maybe some parts from a certain sport-related line that is no longer with us. And then you've got your OG looks for Cyclops and Jean Grey. They also added some characters that have been requested for a long time outside of Mephisto, being Rachel Summers from her Excalibur team, as well as Farrell. So you've got some teams that you can move further on to completing. And lastly, just wanted to shout out the Marvel Legends team. They are the classiest bunch of humans in the world. They gave a really, really cool shout out / appreciation moment for former Hasbro employee and real life Marvel legend Ryan Ting, who of course was recently let go. He was in attendance, so it was really great just to kind of celebrate for him and his accomplishments on the 12 years that he's worked on Marvel Legends. So was really, really great to shout him out. Moving from Hasbro, we're going to check in really quickly with McFarlane Toys. So McFarlane Toys, pedal to the metal. They are not letting up the gas even as their license for DC seemingly expires. They showed off, of course, the Batman Returns theatrical wave, which looks fantastic. The renders are getting closer and closer to looking like the final products, which is awesome. And they also revealed a wild GameStop exclusive, or EB Games in Canada, the Penguin with the Duckmobile. So really, really cool. We're getting some other really iconic characters in the DC Multiverse line as well, such as a Silver Age Batgirl, Hush Riddler, and a classic Scarecrow, a Static Shock figure that looks amazing, as well as an Elite Edition Zorana. So, again, a figure that's been very, very hotly requested. We also got a better look at their upcoming 5-inch IDW Ninja Turtle Page Punchers, as well as some new Marvel statues and their Mortal Kombat figures. The thing that's really interesting about the Marvel statues that are coming, we are getting our first look at toy versions of Marvel Rivals looks. So Hulk, Venom, Iron Man, and Spider-Man will be coming to you from McFarlane Toys in that kind of statue form. To round things out, just a couple of quick things to shout out from elsewhere around the con. It was really great to see from our friends at Bandai and Tamashii Nations. They had their Cyclops Gamerverse figure out on display, looking fantastic next to one of their Body-kun figures. Really, really great display. One of my other favorite displays that I saw from from the pictures at New York Comic Con was their Super Mario display. So Super Mario is returning to the SH Figure Arts line. They are showing off Mario, Luigi, Yoshi, and Bowser to start. These were very popular figures when they first came around. Looks like they're getting a little bit of re-engineering love and some deco updates, but again, they look fantastic. And then what I have to say is that one of my favorite things that I saw at Comic-Con was there is a new re-engineered version of Goku on a new body coming. He's actually up for pre-order now at Big Bad Toy Store for $38, but he is almost entirely re-engineered. So this is Super Saiyan Son Goku, The Games Begin. And they had this really, really cool display where they were breaking down all of the improvements. So what's going on with his shoulders, his waist, his neck, so on and so forth. So really, really cool there. And while we're talking about imports, I would be remiss if I did not mention the fine folks at Good Smile, who showed off some of their new Mafex releases. So they've got Deadpool and Wolverine from the Deadpool and Wolverine film. They look fantastic. Deadpool comes with some wild accessories, including pieces of Logan's corpse, as well as Dogpool. And then they showed off a couple of other new figures as well. Things that we've only seen so far in gray model. So Iceman looking great, Nate looking great, a new Jubilee, a new Gambit. We've got Age of Apocalypse Cyclops. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there for a moment. Magneto. Really, really great offering in terms of Marvel, as well as a look at a Superman, Clark Kent, and Bruce Wayne from the their ongoing Hush line. And honestly, guys, this kind of just scratches the surface. There was so much to talk about, so much to see, and you're about to hear more of it. So I'm going to hand it over to Dave, who is going to go over the wrestling news from San Diego Comic-Con. Dave, take it away.
San Diego Comic-Con is done. It is in the books, and a lot happened. And we are going to start our wrestling coverage here by starting over with the Collect Major brand. Our friends of the pod over at Collect Major, Kanik, Matt Cardona, and Brian Myers. And they announced the next handful of Major Bendies. This fall, you're going to see the debut Hardys. Brian and Matt got their own Major Channel exclusives. It's going to be a 2-pack of Sabu and Joey Janela from Sabu's final match at Spring Break 9. The Major Stars Series 1 and Series 2 lines are coming, as well as New York Comic-Con exclusive Matt and Brian Major Stars. The Major Bendy's Ring is coming. In Big Rubber Guys, we have the Extreme line starting off with the late great Sabu. whole bunch of other names announced, like the Nasty Boys, and a lot of classic stars like Paul Ellering, Hercules Hernandez, Jim Powers, Paul Roma, so many more, just silhouetted. But the big news is that Big Rubber Guys is jumping into Major League Baseball, and it's starting with two of the more famed mascots out there. Of course, I mean Mr. Met and the Philly Fanatic, as well as kind of taking a dip back, if you know, you know. A Reds prospect named Randy Poffo was in the minor leagues for a short time. And of course, that man went on to become the Macho Man Randy Savage. So a Big Rubber Guy in Cincinnati Reds themed attire. We also got to see the full lineup for AEW Big Rubber Guys Series 1. That is, of course, Sting, Hangman Adam Page, Will Ospreay, and Timeless Tony Storm. And Hangman Page and Tony Storm have chase variants, which can only be acquired randomly through pre-ordering the bundle. So if you pre-order on shopaew.com, where these exclusively live, Series 1 through August 9th, pre-orders end on August 9th, you have a chance at those chase variants. Now, on to our next stop on the wrestling train. Our TTA-style, people mover-esque journey through wrestling figure reveals continues on with our next stop, which is Jazzwares, and specifically the Jazzwares Vault, as we're going to see some Ring of Honor figures and AEW exclusives heading to the Vault. We have Matt Cardona and Chris Jericho representing their World Championship match recently in Ring of Honor at the Hammerstein Ballroom. We have Darby Allin with his flamethrower from, I believe, Anarchy in the Arena. We're getting an Outrunners 2-pack. My personal two favorites of this reveal. First, Dalton Castle. Much deserved, long-time needed figure, long-time requested figure for me. And another long-time requested figure from me, Athena, the Fallen Goddess, with the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship, because she is your forever champion. We also have Colt Cabana getting his first figure, and another long-time request from me, the Fallen Angel Christopher Daniels getting a figure with the Ring of Honor World Television Championship. Beyond that, we actually have some mainline AEW announcements too. We have Ricochet coming to the line, as well as Commander, two first time in the line figures. Jon Moxley will be back, as well as Sting, and Chris Jericho, Mercedes Moné, and another first time in the line figure, Roosh. So some great reveals there, rounded out by another first time in the line figure, the Proto-Star Kyle Fletcher. So excited to see Kyle Fletcher in the line. We're getting a new Hook, a new Kenny Omega, a new Chris Statlander, so some much needed updates for the Jazzwares line. We are also seeing a first time AEW Supreme exclusive being shared with both the Vault and Ringside Collectibles. And that is up for pre-order now, and it is the aerial assassin Will Ospreay. And of course, as it is a shared exclusive with Ringside Collectibles, and is up for pre-order already, you can use code AIC and save 10%. Now, another Ringside exclusive that is coming soon, a very exciting 2-pack of figures, including first time in the line Prince Nana and Swerve Strickland. So that's going to be an awesome one. That's going to be a Ringside exclusive. Now, there are, of course, other exclusives coming. Some were announced. One was a shopaew.com Swerve Strickland that's coming, that represents a photo taken backstage from the night he won the title at Dynasty. We close out our Jazzwares AEW coverage with the figure that started off the weekend for Jazzwares, the Blood and Guts Jon Moxley figure, which is once again a Ringside Collectibles exclusive. Once again, use code AIC to save 10% on that pre-order. and that figure represents Moxley's match with Orange Cassidy for the AEW International title. So definitely check that out. Our next stop is Mattel. Now, if you want a full breakdown of the vast majority of the WWE figures that were announced, definitely check out our Live at 5 from this past Friday on YouTube, where I broke down a lot of that information. So we're just going to hit some of the highlights here for this news report. Now, LJNs are back, and they're back with Mattel. The first series went up for pre-order on Target this weekend, and that was John Cena, Logan Paul, and Dusty Rhodes, with more superstars incoming in the future, like Stone Cold Steve Austin, Jesse the Body Ventura, The Ultimate Warrior, King Kong Bundy, Main Event Jey Uso, and CM Punk. Those last names are going to be down the road, but Cena, Logan Paul, and Dusty are available for pre-order now. Now, we also have some new and exciting ringside exclusives coming through. And the first is going to be the 2-pack of the Dudley Boys in an Ultimate Edition 2-pack to go alongside the Ultimate Outsiders and Steiners that they've released as 2-packs, as tag team 2-packs. Those are up for pre-order now at ringsidecollectibles.com. You can use code AIC to save 10%. Now, we also got to see some new defining moments. Jey Uso with the foam hands, Dark Match CM Punk. A couple other defining moments figures have gone up for pre-order or will be going up for pre-order. Ricky Saints, Rey Fenix, Cody Rhodes, Penta. So those will be available soon. However, the first ever ringside exclusive Coliseum Collection 2-pack is also up for pre-order, and that is Jesse the Body Ventura and King Kong Bundy. That can be pre-ordered now as well at ringsidecollectibles.com. As well as the latest real scale ring with an Ultimate figure packed in, and that is going to be the SmackDown ring with Ultimate Edition Jacob Fatu. 6 new retros were also announced, and with one exception, where we're staying in the modern era with retros now. So we have Main Event Jey Uso, CM Punk, and our lone kind of legend in Jesse the Body Ventura. We also have Paul Heyman, Logan Paul, and the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes coming to the retro line sometime within the new year. Up next is the new collaboration for WWE, and that is going to be with Street Fighter. These Walmart exclusives are going to be coming within the new year. 2 waves worth. We have Bianca Belair as Cammy, Batista as Sagat, John Cena as Guile, The Ultimate Warrior as Blanca, The Rock as M. Bison, because after all, he is the final boss, and Rey Mysterio as Ryu. No release date yet for these, but keep an eye out. They will be Walmart exclusives. Now, we do have some legends coming to the line for the first time, or returning to the line for the first time in a while. Coco Beware and his bird Frankie will be coming to the line. Demolition Crush will be returning. And some exciting Target Legends reveals coming up. We have El Matador Tito Santana, Bull Nakano, Kona Crush, Bob Backlund, and the Diamond Stud. We also have an Ultimate Hacksaw Jim Duggan coming soon, and a Target pre-order that fits nicely in your Legends collection. It's up for pre-order now. We have the Piper's Pit 3-pack with the Piper's Pit set, Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff, Cowboy Bob Orton, and of course, Rowdy Roddy Piper. And this is going to be period specific to the 80s. Now, a couple legends entering the Monday Night War line, or just a couple cool notes that I want to point out. We are getting a Build-A-Figure for referee Charles Robinson, much deserved. Very excited to see that. That's going to be on the Greatest Hits wave. We also are seeing, for the first time ever, I think one of my favorite announcements for the weekend, Steve Blackman, the Lethal Weapon, will be joining the Monday Night War line, including the Hardcore Championship, as well as the head cheese hat. So hopefully Al Snow's down the road too. And then my second favorite Monday Night War announcement, Sid. But not just any Sid Vicious. Sid Vicious getting very angry that his car was destroyed in the parking lot during Monday Nitro, including his Air Jordan 12s, which is pretty great. So very much looking forward to that as well. Now we are going to see another big time, first time in the line figure, another much well-deserved figure, and that is going to be for Sam Roberts. We're getting a Build-A-Sam Roberts coming soon. We are also getting the Punk Life CM Punk figure, which is going to be a Mattel Creations made-to-order exclusive. That's coming soon. We're getting a Build-A-Figure Corey Graves, another much-deserved, well-deserved figure. We're seeing Build-A-Figures come to the Legends line in the Diamond Stud and Mr. Bob Backlund, so that's going to be very exciting. We're going to see some Legends Ultimates as well, with Hacksaw Jim Duggan and Bray Wyatt getting Ultimates. And we're also going to see a lot of really cool first-time-in-the-line figures and accessories coming soon, within the next year or so. We have Andrade coming back to the line with the first-time-in-the-line Speed Championship title belt. We are also going to see a big first-time-in-the-line figure. Stephanie Vaquer is coming, as well as Julia, as well as Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley, the Motor City Machine Guns. We are also going to see El Grande Americano get a first-time-in-the-line figure. Javon Evans is getting a first-time-in-the-line figure, and these are all going to be elites. Now, we are going to get a couple first-time-in-the-line main event figures as well. We are getting Ivy Nile, and we are getting Sol Ruka. Oh, also, in the elite figure line, we are also getting first-time-in-the-line Brutus and Julius Creed, the Creed brothers. So you will be able to put American Made together as a group with all the figure releases coming soon. Now, last but not least, we want to talk about the other thing that was revealed, which is new packaging for the new year. So we are going to see, starting with Elite 121, I believe, and 2026 Top Picks Wave 1, new packaging for Elites. It is going to have a larger window box so you can see more of the wrestler's gear down to basically head to toe. So you will be able to see more of the figure that you're purchasing. It's really cool. It's got some nice, really black, white, red, and blue color palette, which is really nice. Top Picks gets the Raw Red and SmackDown Blue out for gold, which I think is really cool. And first time in the line figures will have a yellow stripe to represent first time in the line figures. So I think that's really cool. We've got a lot of awesome stuff, more than what I could even mention in this news report, coming soon. So as you start to see stuff hitting shelves or hitting ringside, definitely keep an eye out on our Instagram, our Facebook, our Twitter, our threads at AIC_podcast, where we'll give you more wrestling figure information. And thank you for taking this journey on our Tomorrowland People Mover style ride through San Diego Comic-Con wrestling announcements. Thank you.
Thank you, as always, for sticking with us. We hope we were able to bring San Diego Comic-Con to you if you were unable to attend, even though we weren't there ourselves. So again, thank you so much to all of the folks who put on such an amazing show, who were there in person, taking pictures, sending pictures, posting, providing updates, live streaming. We can't thank you enough for letting us follow along at home and help bring all of the San Diego Comic-Con news out to you here. So on behalf of myself, Dave, all the folks that I just mentioned, this has been your AIC update for San Diego Comic-Con. Until next time.
This has been a non-productive media presentation. Executive producer Frank Hablawi. This program and many others like it on the Non-Productive Network is distributed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial No Derivatives license. Please share it, but ask before trying to change it or sell it. For more information, visit non-productive.com.
Freedom, opportunity, leadership. Each one as American as science. That's right, science. From the battlefields of our independence to the launch pads of our future, American science. Discovery funded by the federal government, driven to products by industry, and put to work across the country has always led the nation forward. It feeds families, defends borders, cures children, puts rockets in the sky, and the world at our fingertips. And the best part, it's not done. American science is still driving more breakthroughs, more jobs, more lives saved. But right now, there's a debate whether to keep our science funded or cut it back. So let's be clear, nothing is more American than believing and investing in a more powerful, prosperous future. Keep American science funded and keep America strong.
Paid for by United for Science.